What's up, everybody? It is the best spot, Kid Smooth, with another discussion. Today, I want to talk about Too Human and should Microsoft finally revive this thing. Now, if you guys know about Too Human, this was a game that, or an IP that Microsoft acquired. The development on this game started initially on PlayStation. 1999, supposed to be like a PlayStation, maybe a PlayStation 2 game, depending on when it would have been done at that time. But then they moved it over. It was somehow they were going to put it on a GameCube. Things didn't kind of work out, and Microsoft in 2005 said, you know what, we want this. And them and Silicon Knights finally put it out. I think this game released in, holy crap, when did this game release? My memory serves me. Please don't let my memory fail me, but I think it was like 2007, 2008, maybe this game possibly released. It was on the Xbox 360. It was the closest thing comparable maybe to like a God of War or that side. But then again, it was kind of different because the combat was with the analog sticks and you actually kept a gun on you as well. So you could like it, because Xbox, they love their guns, they love their shooters. It was like this cyber-tech Nordic mythology, like, and you played as Baldur. That was his name and whatnot. And so it was like, imagine like God of War, the recent God of War, right? As far as story wise, not story wise, but lore wise, right? And the super future. And instead of you being like ancient god, you're more like a robot type god, and everything's like in the future. This game had a ton of potential. It was so a lot of people could not adapt to the controls, and we know Silicon Knights don't really exist anymore. But how can they bring back a Too Human? Like, what can they do keeping the same idea, the same concept, but making it user friendly and making it like an IP we can all take a second look at. Too Human deserves a second look. Maybe they can make this game backwards compatible. Maybe Bluepoint can do a proper remaster or remake of this game, and hopefully change the button type, how that's supposed to work. But it was more of like, the game felt more of like a loot game. You were constantly working to upgrade, to pad your stats, to become a beast of a god that you are, you know. How could they do this? I looked at Too Human, I was like, man, hey, this game could be resurrected as an Xbox Soul style game if it wanted to. But then they're like, what do you do with the gun? I mean, you could use it's like the double blade stick that you had was pretty handy, but then your guns were pretty handy too. It's like, so could it be like, could they refine it and make it more of a Souls style game, or could you completely rip off with freaking Santa Monica did with God of War and just kind of scale back and do that and make it focus on the combat? You know what I mean? Maybe drop off the guns or limit the gunplay, because the game was more like a free from me. It was scaled back, and like I said, you could play it somewhat as a shooter, and obviously you had the your weapon, your melee weapon that you did most of your damage with. But the thing is that the thing about Too Human, when it was announced, when the IP was revealed, it was revealed as a trilogy, and it never really got that. And sure, I'm not really asking for a Too Human 2, but and the reason why, other than Silicon Knights going down, maybe the sales of the game not being that great, the reception of the game not being that great, they didn't go through with the whole idea. And I still think it's a cool idea that Microsoft can capitalize on. Maybe they won't, maybe they will, but I feel like if they can go into their list of IPs that they actually have access to, and that they can just hire somebody to make or somebody to refine, I mean, Too Human should be revisited. I mean, hey, in this climate, I think this game might work. It didn't work then. I don't know, for one reason or another did not work then. But I feel if Microsoft elected to revive Too Human, maybe call up Bluepoint or call up Boss Key or some shit like that, like, and say, hey, you know what? Hey, we got this IP. We want you to work on it. Can you do this for us? We'll pay you this amount of money. Know what I mean? Everybody keeps saying Microsoft need new studios. Of course they do, but people forget Microsoft is an American company. And what do Americans do? They outsource. They outsource everything. That's the only reason why Microsoft got this far with 3-4 studios, because every other game they put out have been outsourced. And I'd like to see T-Human make a return, and hopefully they add this to the backwards compatible list, because I'd be more than happy to dive in it and try to play again and see for myself again what could have been and what could be improved on this title. I know many of you guys probably watching this probably may have never heard of T-Human, or you definitely probably never played it. But it was a game, and it's an IP that Microsoft owns and still owns. The only problem is the original developers of the game no longer exist, and but I feel like they can revitalize this IP. Look up some gameplay for it. You can find some gameplay of Too Human on YouTube, and you'll see what I'm talking about, of how the game controlled and how people perceived it. Now the game has not aged well. It doesn't look pretty. That's why I'm not showing no gameplay here. I'd rather work with the screenshots and the box art. But hey, looking at what Santa Monica did with God of War and what Bluepoint did with Shadow of the Colossus, it's like one should think like, yo, why can't Microsoft have somebody go into their bag and just sit there and make this game what it's supposed to be? And that's something that you should have fun with. And like I said, it was a loot game. At least to me, it felt like a loot game from my thoughts. But I don't know what you guys. Let me know what you thought. Let me know your ideas. And if you have any video, any game, any old IP that you want me to talk about on this platform here, let me know in the comment section below. It's Kid Smooth. As always, Xbox is the best box, and I am the best bot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. We out of here. Peace.